This is Bulletproof warm-up session number 17. And to start things off, our progression today will be a planche lean progression. So I start in a box push-up position, and then as I move my body forward, I come onto the front of my feet or onto the tops of my toes, and I'm into this planche position. Now you notice that my shoulders move far in front of my wrists, and this is what makes the movement challenging. So my hands are positioned closer to the center of my body as opposed to directly under my shoulders. Okay? Next movement is a press compression. Now you're going to start in push-up position, and then as I bring my feet onto the tops of my toes, I drag my feet in, and then I get them as close to my hands as possible whilst pushing my hips to the sky, and then kind of plonk my feet and come onto the soles of my feet. And you're going to do 10 reps of that. Then you're going to do a side plank reach through. 10 reps each side here. Now the benefit not only of doing a side plank, which is great on its own, but of the reach through is that it forces us to work on our balance, and also moves our shoulder that's working, which is the one facing down, moves it through a greater range of motion, which is great for shoulder health. Right, the animal movement for today is the spider. Now, the way to start this off for beginners is it's kind of like a bear crawl, except you have your hands and feet as wide as possible. That's literally it. So 5 meters forwards, 5 meters backwards. All right, the next step is going to be round 2 of our planche progression. And as with all our progressions, if you haven't mastered or felt comfortable with the first level, then keep practicing that and don't move on to the second level until you feel comfortable, okay? So this one is we're going to do the same movement, a planche lean, except we're on the ground, okay? So I rock my body forwards until I come onto my toes and the tops of my feet. It might help to have your fingers pointing 45 degrees outwards. So I rock forward, bring my center of gravity closer to where my wrists are, thus forcing my shoulders to work harder. All right, so 20 reps of that, as was with the first round. Next, the press compression. So start in push-up position, drag my feet in. Now this is best done with no shoes, so you can take your shoes off if you've got socks. If you've got feet, bare feet, it might burn a little, that's all right. So you do 10 reps of that. Then you're going to move to a side plank reach through again, same as before, 10 reps each side. You're going to do this on your hands and not on your elbows. Okay. Now, going back to the spider, have people practice going as wide as possible. Right? Now you can notice here that I'm going even wider than I was before, 5 meters forwards, 5 meters backwards. So the goal is start people with hands and feet a little bit wider than they normally would for a bear crawl, and then the second round have them move their hands and feet out wider again, and just as wide as they feel comfortable. All right, the last round for the planche lean progression. Same thing as before, 20 reps, except this time instead of on the ground, we're doing it on the rings. So same position, I'm in push-up position, and as I rock my body forward and come onto the tops of my toes, I'm fighting to keep stabilization on the rings as my hands move closer to my hips. Now you'll notice that the rings are in a 45-degree turned out position. So as I come forward, the inside of my elbows are almost facing forward as I'm fighting to externally rotate and keep those rings turned outwards. Same as before, 20 reps. Right, now as you watch me stand here and contemplate what I'm doing, I'm practicing my 100-meter start position. No, we're going to the movement. All right. Press compression again. Hips go to the sky. I'm dragging my feet in. This is working on compression, which is bringing my legs close to my torso using my hip flexors. So we'll do 10 reps of that. Then you'll come back to the side plank reach through again. 10 reps each side. Then the last variation of the spider animal movement is a jumping spider, same as before. Don't have people move on to this until they've mastered the previous one, but you're going to be in the same position and you're going to bounce forward. 5 meters forwards and 5 meters backwards. And that's it.